Mantas from Venom Inc. You are listening to the Heavy Demons Radio Show.
How was to work on your solo debut Winds of Change, and may we hope one day for an official reissue or re-recording?
I remember that was a fun time for me. You know, I'd come out of Venom with a bad taste in my mouth because of things which had happened.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, it wasn't anything, you know, with me leaving Venom in '86. It was because of things that happened in '85, particularly at the Lorelei Festival. It was nothing to do with finance. It was nothing to do with musical differences. It was all to do with personalities. So to come out of that and eventually turn around and go, no, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore. It actually was a huge, huge weight off my shoulders. And I remember at that point when I came out of it, I was actually, my girlfriend at that time in my life, my girlfriend was a nurse. And she came in from work one night and said, oh, there's an opening at the hospital if you want to apply for a job. And I was like, hey, fuck it, why not? Yeah, so I did. And I ended up working in the operating theatres for 2.5 years.
Oh.
And it was during that point where I was doing the Winds of Change thing, because it was Dave Woods from Neat Records who actually, he just called me at home one day and said, what are you doing? And I was like, well, nothing really, you know. Oh, come down, let's have a chat. So I went down and lo and behold, I got offered the chance to do the album. So I thought, well, yeah, great. But the thing is with me, if I step out of a situation, if I step out of, say, I stepped out of Venom, what is the point, to my mind, what is the point of creating a band exactly like Venom? There's a Venom there already. Okay, yes, I was the founder member. I wrote the majority of the early material. But what is the point of just doing the same thing again, you know? And like I say, I've always been a rock music fan, you know? So it was basically, I decided, okay, then let's put the party clothes on and just have some fun. And that's how Winds of Change happened, really. I mean, you know, when we did the video for Deceiver and everything like that, we just, you know, watching the takes back, we were actually just laughing at ourselves. We were like, fuck, yeah, this is great. You know, it was so much fun. But having said that, we got offered to do the Friday Rock Show with Tommy Vance. Oh. Tommy Vance actually said that Winds of Change was the best British rock album in years. We were offered a chance to go to Japan to play. We went down, we did MTV and the Headbangers Ball in London. And there was a lot of things going on when the album came out. And it actually got really good reviews. It got some surprised reviews, obviously, but it got really good reviews. And then, you know, the thing came around to sort of go back to Venom and do the Prime E.Vil thing. And my initial reaction to that, I have to admit, was no. And they pursued until I eventually went back. That's a whole different tale. But getting the personnel together for the Winds of Change thing, it was just, you know, Al Barnes was the first one that came in because Al was working with me at the hospital. That's how I got to know him. Then we were training together at a bodybuilding gym, and he played guitar. So it was like, you want to join a band? He was like, oh, yeah, cool. And he was totally up for the whole rocktastic thing, you know? Yeah. So we did that. He knew a drummer called Mark Savage. So, like, Mark came in. Mark looked the part. He looked great. The keyboard player on that Deceiver video is actually one of the bodybuilders from the gym who I went on to teach karate. His name's Steve Tate. He was actually a competitive bodybuilder. And he could not play any musical instruments whatsoever. But he just looked really good. So I said, hey, get up there and pretend to play the keyboards, you know. Keith Nichol, who was the engineer on the album, absolutely love Keith. He's a lovely guy. Very, very talented guy. Great studio guy. Amazing guitarist. And I worked with him on the album. And he says, well, I know this guy. He's called Pete Harrison. I'll ask him if he wants to come down to do a bit singing. And Pete ended up singing on the album. And then in the video, I think Pete felt a little bit uncomfortable on the video because he wasn't used to all that kind of stuff, you know. He actually said at one point, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in a He-Man video. It was good fun. But I mean, at the moment, right now, I'm busy writing a new album, which is going to be, it's going to be a rock album. It's going to be very much in the vein of the Resurrected thing that I did, the Daisies cover. And yeah, I'm going to sing on it. I'm going to do all the singing and guitars and everything on it. But the Winds of Change album was reissued by a company. Oh God, and I can't even remember who it was. I think they applied to BMG for a license for about 500 copies, but I know they've all been sold. But I didn't know anything about it. I just got notification when a Venom fan that I've known for a long time called John, he contacted me and said, "Did you know this is out?" I was like, "Absolutely not." So I don't know. I might contact Sanctuary BMG and just say, could I do something with this album? You know, because I've had a few people asking. Really, it's weird. It's come around again. You know, there's a few people saying, "Oh, can we get a hold of it?" And I'm thinking, oh well, maybe if I do something myself, I would like to reissue it on vinyl. I've got a ton of photographs from that era which have never been seen. You know, so I think it might be nice to put something together just as a commemorative of it. I mean, I don't know how old it is now. I mean, when was it released? 87, I think it was. 86. That would have been recorded 86, I think, you know. So it's a good few years old. So yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it. I might give the record label a shout and say, you know, what would it take for me to, you know, just get a vinyl release of this, you know, because there's a really good vinyl company in Italy, Night of the Vinyl Dead.
Yeah.
And I think they would do a great job of it. You know, if I could get some rights to it and get it done. Yeah. Isn't that strange though? You know, you're talking about an album that you wrote and you recorded, and you've got to ask somebody else if you can do it again.
Yeah.
I think it's the only industry where the creator doesn't own his own work. It's fucking hell. It's amazing.